Okay, guys, I'm back with you with a couple of things that came in the mail. Not too much, don't get too excited, but just some miscellaneous stuff. I will be taking a vacation. It'll be not this week, but next, much needed vacation. So I just want to kind of get some of this miscellaneous stuff out of the way. I've been hanging on to a while. By the way, this is a photo tent. I'm going to turn the light on here. Boom. Very nice. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of photography right now, so I should be getting a lot of new photos to post. It'll all be on Instagram. So anyway, let's get in here. I don't even know what this is. I forgot. This is a baby Ruth item. I am not actually going to do my Goonies live stream after all. I can't get to two things that I got to get to do something like that. But I do have a few Goonie things we can look at in here. So I'm very sorry about that. But yeah, I'm having to get ready for the vacation. And so everything's kind of packed up. Plus I'm doing all the photography for hopefully for some new candy content. I don't really want to get into it right now, but anyway, let's see what this is. I don't even know what this is. So yeah, if you're kind of new to what I'm doing, I collect old candy items. It's just a bunch of stuff from the 80s really and 90s, stuff from my childhood. One of my favorite things to do as a child was to go to the gas station and just pick out, everything from Garbage Pail Kids to just, all that candy stuff. All right, let's take a look. Okay, I forgot I even got this. This is going to be a Pokemon candy lunchbox or bubblegum lunchbox. It's very mini, by the way. Now, mini lunchboxes have been around since the mid-90s, and they're still making them. But in the mini lunchbox world, this is actually a mini lunchbox. I actually really like this. Now, I bought it because Pokemon confectionery items are just on the rise. They're going through the roof, actually. And I only paid $15 for this, and it's definitely worth that and way more. But anyway, this is over 20 years old. Now, this does not date to 1999. It's not in that perfect sweet spot, but it's a couple years after. So it's the early 2000s. Plus, it has Charizard on it, so that's a huge plus. But inside this, I'm not going to open it, but inside this is little, like bazooka gum that comes with little comics. It's like that, but it's Pokemon pieces of bubble gum that has graphics on it. So they're really cool, but you'll have to trust me on that, okay? So very nice. This is at least it's worth $50, maybe even 100-ish. So I had to pick it up for 15 of all things. But I'm gonna hang on to that. Yeah, there's a lot of these. I'll tell you what's going on. I know what's going on. I'll tell you guys real quick, just a little collector insider thing. And this is very important to think about for everyone. So if you think about us, I imagine most of my friends and people that watch this stuff, we're all from like the 80s, but like we were born in like the mid 70s or late 70s, right? Well, when we got to around 30 years old, sorry about the light. I don't know if the light's the greatest. But when we got around 30 years old, let me see. Wow, that's a lot that's going to go. We started getting nostalgia, right? And plus, we were adults and we could buy the things we couldn't as children. That's why so many of us are collecting old stuff from our childhood. Well, I'm almost 50 years old. I don't know about you, but listen to me. The kids that collected Pokemon, I remember them because I taught them. I was an art teacher at that time when Pokemon was out. They would trade these cards in my classroom. Those kids are hitting in the mid 30s at this point, and they're going through what we went through with Garbage Pail Kids and candy, whatever you collect. But what I'm saying is this generation, the Pokemon people, are now the age we were when we got back into all this stuff, you know, or what I got into is what I'm saying. And that's why this stuff is taking off. Okay, let's go ahead. This is a trading card of some sort. This is going to be the Baby Ruth item. By the way, I want to get this documented in a live stream. This is how it came from UPS. Remember, I told you it was taken forever to get here. This has been tampered with, and it came in this special plastic. So I don't know if there's anything in here. It's not like a holy grail item or anything. I mean, it's rare, of course, but you know, it's had this been lost in the mail, I wouldn't have it wouldn't have affected me in any sort of way. I think I only paid maybe $10 for this, by the way. So, you know, I've said this before, you know, this candy stuff, it's ungodly rare. But just because something's rare, as most of you know, it doesn't always equate to value. But that's one reason I love the candy stuff, is because there's not many people in this category who's paying a lot of money for this, thank God. And someone like me who's, you know, literally disabled. Did I cut that? Dude, did I just cut that? I don't think I did. Hopefully I did. But anyway, people like me who's on a very, you know, fixed income can even, you know, play in this category. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so I was really excited when I saw this for peanuts, man. Peanuts. I think it was $10. What you're looking at is, well, first of all, I didn't research this because I wanted this to be a true reaction. Of course, I took a glance at it, of course, but I'm hoping this is going to be from the mid 80s. So just to refresh your memory, I got this the other day. It's a 1985 Baby Ruth 10. Now, the importance of 85 is that is the year Goonies came out. Goonies is from 1985. Let's get confirmation on this real quick. See it? And this is Nabisco. Now, before Nabisco, Baby Ruth was made, and this is a 1976 wrapper. They were made by Curtis. Okay? But if you look at the Goonies movie, Sloth is not holding up a Curtis Baby Ruth. That's because in 1985, they had switched to Nabisco. And I don't remember the exact year they switched, but it was right around that time, and that's what makes these very hard to find. It just so happened to be almost like a transitional year. And so to find the Goonies Baby Ruth bar is like, it's almost like a white whale at this point. All right, so let's take a look at this. This is obviously a bulk bag for fun size. Beautiful. I mean, it's got a tear here, but I mean, what do you expect? The field of graphics is pristine. And it looks about right. Let's look at this. And just let me just say this again. What I'm doing is I'm trying to find the Goonies Baby Ruth is what I'm trying to find. It's that simple. So this would be a 1985 Nabisco. It's critical. It's Nabisco. Now we have a timestamp here. I'm not getting much information on this. I might have some friends that can decode this. I can decode a lot of timestamps on different candies, but I'm not good with the Nabisco stuff. All right, let's look on the back. Here we see what we're dying to see, and that's the Nabisco brand logo. So that's right there. That's a huge win. But unfortunately, I don't see a date. There's no date. There's no date. That is a absolute shame. So I'm gonna have to do a little digging to figure out what year this is from. Okay, so I got out a few things. This isn't going to be the full Goonies live stream because I just can't get to the two things that are in storage. I mean, we can, just for some entertainment, I'll just kind of thumb through this. This is just one of my binders. I I'll go kind of slow if you want to look at some of this stuff. But I'm trying to get to the Baby Ruth stuff. You know, by the way, I don't go like hog wild on the old Hershey stuff. I mean, it's cool, and some people have big ass collections of that, and they're awesome and all, but I've never focused on it because I'm more into the novelty. I'm more into stuff like this that have like funny mascots and brighter colors, and plus this stuff is more rare than like a Hershey bar. You know what I mean? So sorry about the glare. There's nothing I can do. You're literally inside of a 3-foot square cube photo tent. This is a pretty good page here. It's all the glare sucks, but it's all the Laffy Taffy and the bikes, like caramel banana. It's all this stuff. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I want to take too long on this. But anyway, let's do a little speed round. Okay, so we're looking at just a random binder full of treasures. Yeah, this binder used to be in such organization. It was like a true, you know, I consider what I'm doing an archive. And so, which implies that things are super organized, which they are to a degree. But the thing is, this is a binder I put together 7 years ago, and the problem is when I get stuff in like this, I'm out of room, like in this one random binder, so I have to stick stuff on top of other stuff, and so yeah, I need to take some time and go through all these binders and stuff and get them back organized. Anyway, I don't know where the fucking Baby Ruth stuff is. Okay, here we go. So this is cool. I mean, there's a fucking big ass money shot right here. So let me get these out. So yeah, look at that. This is the closest I have personally come to getting a Baby Ruth, a Goonies Baby Ruth. It's a wrapper. It is Nabisco. Now, the reason I'm talking like this is I don't technically know if this is the Baby Ruth from the 85, but it's the closest I've ever personally come to finding one. Yeah. So there's some movie still shots of, you can go online and look at them, of Sloth holding up the Baby Ruth bar. And it certainly doesn't say Curtis on it, because it shouldn't say Curtis. But I want to say there's something that's right here. Well, it's this. It says guaranteed fresh. And so notice my wrapper, while it's so close, I don't think it's the 85. I think this might be the 84 or maybe the 86. I don't think it's that sweet one. Guys, this is truly special, truly rare. You're looking at a Goonies bar, Nabisco Goonies bar from 1985, from Canada. I paid a stupid amount of money for this back in the day. But I'm very happy to have this. So hopefully that's a good compromise. I didn't give you the big live stream I was planning, but hopefully this will satisfy you for a while. But yeah, that's the real money shot, and that's pretty fucking awesome. Stuck to the back happens to be a bonkers ugly ball offer from around the same year, actually. There's so much shit, man. I really need to organize all this, but so yeah, this is sort of the little basic version. But yeah, some Baby Ruth stuff, very cool. And let's see what else. I had a trading card come in. Oh, I picked this up this morning. I found this gummy ramen kit, Naruto themed. It's in this really large, this is plastic, thank God. It's not tin, thank God. But it is very oversized. Yeah, I don't know why every candy container these days has to be so large. Back in when we were kids, candy containers were around 2 to 3 inches at the most. And around the 90s, they started getting just super oversized. And nowadays, they don't, if they make them at all, they're just super oversized. But I guess we should be thankful they're still making novelty candy. And anyway, this is what this one is. It's pretty cool. Maybe this is something he eats in this show. I don't really know. I don't watch Naruto. Okay, and I had a trading card or two come in. Oh, yeah, I remember this. Yeah, so Freddie Freeman Relic Auto. Look, he's still in his Braves uniform. Very cool. He's with the Dodgers now, unfortunately. But yeah, pretty cool. All right, guys, quick little recap. I warned you, it's pretty miscellaneous today. Just in, we got a 2001 or maybe 2002. I can't remember which one. Still, it's 20 years old. Pokemon Bubblegum Mini Lunchbox. With Charizard on the front and some other dude. But thing is, this is filled with graphicked Pokemon bubblegum inside. It's not generic gum. It actually has graphics on them. Also, a mid-80s, I don't know, this could be the Holy Grail. This could be the 85, but I'm not really sure. It's around that time. But at this point, a still mysterious Baby Ruth king size, bulk bag. Picked up a Freddie Freeman Relic Auto. He'll be in the Hall of Fame, so yeah. And a Naruto, brand new Naruto plastic ramen gummy candy kit from probably Boston. Yeah, Boston, America. I guessed it without even looking. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed at least some of that. Sorry about my Baby Ruth live stream. It's just not going to happen right now. And I probably will not talk to you guys for a little while because I'm going on vacation after this coming week. So it's going to be at least 2 weeks before I'm back on here. But the good news, I'm working on some live streams now. This is my photo tent you're inside of today. And so I've been doing a lot of photography. Much needed, man. And so hopefully I'll get some pretty cool content coming up. Now this shit wants to fall. I can't. All right, guys. Y'all have a good day. Have a good weekend. And I'll see you guys in a couple weeks, hopefully. Russ Van out. Let's look at this one more time.